Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Samantha and today I'm going to be kickstarting a brand new series. It's a revisiting series, but it's going to be slightly different. Now, I've already shared with you a few videos where I revisit a certain product, and I think in most cases it's actually a palette. But I want to kickstart a brand new series of revisiting a brand. So today I'm going to be revisiting Revolution Pro. When it launched last year, it really did change my makeup because there were so many products within this brand that I absolutely love. I would recommend anything that I'm going to be sharing with you today to anyone. And it is just such a, not just as the name suggests, a professional brand, but it's they released some absolutely beautiful products. The eyeshadow palettes, they reformulated them, are just stunning. They've got some larger palettes, some smaller palettes, which I'm going to be sharing with you today. They've got some lip products, and a lot of the products that they launched have really become staples in my everyday makeup, and I just absolutely love them. In fact, a few of these, not these particular products because I've chosen different ones to share with you today, my Get Ready With Me, actually made it into my yearly favourite video because they're just absolutely stunning products. To start with, I'm going to be sharing with you this product. I've already applied it in the form of my brows, and it's the Revolution Pro Microblading Brow Pencil, and it's a very, very thin eyebrow pencil, and this really did change my whole, I suppose, how I applied my brows, because I just use two products now and it's become easier and easier to apply my brows. It used to be, before this launched, that it used to take me up to half an hour to apply my brows, and if you're a regular viewer, you know I've got hardly any brow to speak of, and really, you know, this kind of brow, this size brow, is what my natural brow should look like. And this, like I say, changed my whole brow routine because it is so fine. It gives me those fine brow hairs, and yeah, I just love it. So you can see it's a very, very thin pencil. You have a spoolie at one end. I don't really use that in my routine, but I know a lot of people do. And then you have a very, as you can see, very used and very loved, but very thin pencil there. It is an absolutely beautiful formula. Now, I think this retails for £4. I'm so pleased that I was able to pick this up because I went to another store where they do offer a very similar product, but of course I really like to purchase from Revolution because they are my favourite brand, and I really like to support them and purchase what I can from them. So you can pick this up from either superdrug.com, Superdrug stores if you're in the UK, or of course you can purchase from revolutionbeauty.com, and I just absolutely love it. I would recommend it to anybody. If you, like me, have hardly any brow to speak of and you want to try and make your brows look as, you know, as I suppose real-like as possible, and to give yourself those fine brow hairs, then I would certainly try this. It is just a stunning product and I just love it. Not only that, I carve my, well, I don't really carve my brows out with this, but I also draw my brows out with this. So I do a line here, a line above, I fill them in with the Obsession brow pomade, and then I then go in with the brow pencil again if I need to, you know, just touch up areas. And then of course I draw those fine brow hairs. I just love it so much, and I could talk about this for so long just because it is one of those products. And if you, like me, have hardly any brows, you'll know all about it, because it, to find products that really give you the brow that you want, and it's achievable, it's inexpensive, you know, it's readily available, then you'll know exactly what I mean about how this has changed my whole eyebrow, well, how I apply them, I suppose. Okay, So the next product that I want to share with you is this, and it's the Revolution Pro Eye Elements in Central. Now I did actually pick up Core to start with, which is like a banana shade. This one on the website looked so dark that I thought, no, it's not going to work for me. But actually it really does. Now it comes in this kind of packaging. It's a little glass tub and a screw top. And then when you open it and look at it, it's this colour. So if you have my skin tone, you could use this. It is a beautiful, stunning formula. I use it to prime my eyes, which I'm going to do now. So I'm just going to use a Wilko flat brush like that, and I'm just going to start applying it onto the lids. Not only that, I also use this to carve out my brows with exactly the same brush. I just go underneath like that to tidy them up. I'll just pop that all over my brow. I've got a little bit of staining from the bright eyeshadow that I wore yesterday, so this is going to really even out my brow. So I just pat it like that with my ring finger, just to make sure that it's all, you know, nicely covering the whole lid. Also what I do sometimes, I won't do it now because I've already done it, but I usually then also tidy up the top. When I'm using this, the brow pencil, sometimes I'll go just too high, because obviously, you know, you've got that movement. I will then get this exactly the same brush and I'll just straighten it up. So line, you know, you've got the same line all the way along, and that then gives me the brow that you can see there. So I'll just apply this on the other side. Again, just tidy up anything that I want tidied up. You don't need that much of it. Again, I'll just pat it into place. So we've got a nice finish. And then what I will usually do is set it. I'm not going to do that today, because what I usually have to do is set my makeup, so put my base on, and then what I'll do is I'll either walk the puppy, go about my daily life, and then I usually film in an afternoon. So my eyes are set, they're ready to go, but I'm not going to do that today because I'm going to set it with an eyeshadow today. Okay, so those are two products. So the Microblading brow pencil, and this is an absolute staple. You'll see it in every single video in the details below, because I always list all of the makeup that I wear every day, so that you know what I've applied, what I'm wearing. This will always be there because I love it, and I'm so pleased that I gambled and picked up this shade because it is perfect for me. The yellow is a little bit too yellow. Also, I'm going to mention this, which is a brush. I'm going to get the right name for you. It's called the Drop Foundation Brush, and this is a brush that I would recommend again to anybody. Now, my usual brush that I use, and I've got this one and cleaned it up and it's all ready to go, but my usual brushes used to be these, and they are the flat topped kabuki brushes from eBay. They are absolutely stunning. I love them. They're very inexpensive, they wash up very well. Sometimes the handles with the pink version, they got a little bit loose, but the black version, I don't know why. It could just be how they're made, perhaps the pink were faulty, but I've not had any problems with the black whatsoever. But Revolution Pro actually released this, and it's the Drop Foundation. So it's Drop Foundation brush, and obviously it's got that little dent there, and if you have the foundation, the dropper foundation, you can obviously drop the foundation there and then obviously stipple it in. Or if you're like me and you use a foundation that is not the drop foundation, you can still use this brush. It works beautifully, and I would certainly say that even though these are a staple, or were a staple, I absolutely love this brush, and it's exactly the same kind of concept. You've got a flat top brush. It still works perfectly well. I just love it. It's the same size, and I just love it. It's amazing. I have actually tested out quite a number of their brushes, and I would certainly recommend those. What I tend to do, because I know that Superdrug often has a 3 for 2 available, I tend to, if I want to trial things, I'll use, especially brushes, I'll usually take advantage of that offer. Can't get my words out today. And you know, trial them that way. It just makes it easier. But hopefully revolutionbeauty.com, I did see actually on their Instagram that they're going to be coming out with a loyalty scheme. Not quite sure what that is yet, but you never know, could be 3 for 2, and if so, I'll never shop at Superdrug ever again for Revolution products. I had to mention that brush because I love it so much. Now, another face product that I absolutely adore, and it is this, and it's the Revolution Pro. I don't know why I'm saying Revolution Pro, because they're all Revolution Pro. It's the skin finish in Luminescence. Don't often see the name or look at the name, but it's Luminescence, and I love this. If you, and I did do I'm sure a dupe video with this and the MAC Soft and Gentle, and in fact this there's a deeper one, and Radiance, that's what it is. Radiance is exactly the same. It's a complete dupe to the MAC version, but I love this one. Now Radiance is a little bit deeper, and I would have thought that it would be the one that I loved, but out of the two I actually love this one. So I'll just swatch this. It's domed, as you can see. I think they retail for £5. I can't remember, it's so long ago since I purchased it. But they are very finely milled, and if you, like me, like that subtle highlight, then you are going to love this. Not only is it subtle, but you can actually put this all over your face just like the skin finish. So I'm going to be using the Flex brush from Revolution, and I'm just going to dip my brush in and just show you where and how I apply it. So I actually put it on my forehead. It gives you that dewy glow without too much glow, if you know what I mean. It's more natural, and I was obsessed with this when it first launched. So I've got all of my base products on, because obviously they're not Revolution Pro, and I'm just going to put that on the high points. Oh, it's just beautiful. It's so fine. Let me do it this side so that you can actually see it. So you can see I've got a glow now, but it's not, you know, that kind of glow that you'll see from outer space kind of glow, but it's a glow that is more natural than that. So I'm just going to put it basically everywhere. It's one of those products that you can put all over your face. I wouldn't put, you know, a lot of highlights all over my face, but this one I certainly would. It is, again, as the name suggests, very professional. It's beautiful, and yeah, again, another recommendation. Let me put that over there. Okay, now onto the eyeshadows. Now, a few weeks ago, I actually visited Superdrug, and I was really thinking to myself, have I actually got this palette? I'm sure I picked it up. And actually, when I got home, I did pick it up. But when I got home, I looked, you know, through my collection, and I couldn't find it. And I thought, well, I'm glad that I picked it up, and I'm frantically now trying to peel the tape off because I didn't actually peel it off. So I did pick it up. There was a 3 for 2 offer, and that always encourages me then to obviously pick up products. And it was this. It's the Revolution Pro Regeneration palette in Restoration. So I know that I picked this up when it launched, but for some reason I no longer have it in my collection. So like I say, I picked it up. And obviously if I did have it, I would keep it as a backup. But I was so pleased that I didn't have another one of them, and really pleased that I can now test this for you. I absolutely love these palettes. In fact, these again made their way into my 2018 favourites video, and I would also say that these are certainly in my top 5, perhaps my top 2 favourite eyeshadow palettes, because I love them so much. They are amazing. Now what I'm going to do is just pat down the base again, and I'm going in with the shade, I think I'm going to go in with No Limit, which is this one here. It's got a little bit more of an apricot base, just to set that all in place. Now what I will say about these eyeshadows is that they are just like the mattes in particular are a little bit like the rest of Revolution's eyeshadows, a little bit powdery, a little bit dusty. Now you know that that is what I like. In fact, I like all eyeshadows to have a tiny little bit of kick up. I found that if an eyeshadow doesn't have any kick up whatsoever, you can't basically see it on your eye. There's no payoff. It's very dry. But Revolution across the board, whether it's Revolution Pro, Obsession, Revolution, or you know, any of the brands, basically they have perfected their eyeshadows. And this, I think there was a little bit of controversy with this palette at the beginning when it launched, saying that it looked a little bit like another palette within the range. Not only that, there was a dupe, I think it's a Huda Beauty, not a Huda, Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance dupe. So if you like that palette or like the look of it, but obviously you don't want to pay 43, 44, 45 pounds for it, then you might want to try this. What I will say about Revolution, that yes, obviously some shades within certain eyeshadows look a little bit similar, but the price point is always different. So of course you could have these obviously retail for £8, but obviously you've got more expensive palettes, you've got less expensive palettes. So it just depends on your price, the price that you want to pay basically. But I really, really love these, and I also think that the shimmers within these palettes are slightly different. They seem to be very thin, but buildable even, but I just love them. I mean, I wouldn't recommend to you to go and purchase something if I didn't think that it was very good. You know, I wouldn't do that, because you'd come back to me and say, well, actually, Samantha, you've said that this is great. It's not great. It's actually rubbish. And that's why, well, I don't have that, because I know that what I recommend, I think is good. And these eyeshadow palettes are good, in my opinion. I love them. So let's get into the eye look. Of course, I'm going to be using my Primark eye contour brush. I don't seem to be able to use anything else on my eyes anymore. Now, what am I going to go in with? I think I'm going to go in with Queen. You can see the colours that I'm wearing today. So I'm going in with that. It's like a mustard. Beautiful. Okay, so let's go in and see. Beautiful. Now you can see it just glides onto the eye. Oh, I just love it. The matte formulation is amazing. It's rare, isn't it, to get a matte formulation that you like and also a shimmer formulation, but I just love both within these palettes, and I know that you do, because obviously you've mentioned it. But it's nice, isn't it, to revisit products that we've already purchased. I think we can get carried away with new products, especially at this time of year. I've gone crazy with the sales and picked up a lot of products, a lot of new products, and I'm very, very excited actually. There was a very expensive eyeshadow that launched, I think, about the middle way through 2018, and I didn't pick it up because it was just so expensive. And I couldn't warrant spending that much money on it, but it was in the sale for 50% off, and I've now picked it up and it's on its way. So I'm very, very excited to share that with you as soon as that arrives. But yeah, I've gone a little bit crazy in the sales. But I love that colour. I'm going to put that underneath as well. It's just absolutely stunning, that colour. I'm so pleased I picked this up again. I think I'm starting to lose my voice again. Oh, Just love that on its own. Actually, I think I'm going to go in with, what shall I go in with now? I mean, I'm spoilt for choice. I think I'm going to go in with 1992, which is this. It's like a terracotta, but it's deep. It's a deep terracotta. So I'm going to go in with that. Oh, beautiful. I mean, they layer so perfectly. You know, I'm hardly having to do any work whatsoever because you just pop it on and I'm stamping it on. And basically, you know, it's done. Like that. I'm also taking that underneath. Oh, that is an absolutely stunning colour. Gorgeous. If you like those kind of earthy tones, then you are definitely going to love this palette. Again, I'm going to get some more on the brush and then stamp that through the crease. I mean, but you just hardly have to do anything. Oh. Again, just a little bit more of 1992 underneath the eye. Actually, one of my favourite years, 1992. One of my daughters was born that year. Love it. Gorgeous. Love that so much. We're just going to get a little bit more of Queen. My jumper is molting. Oh, that is gorgeous. I love it. Okay, I think I'm going to deepen it up a little bit more. You could obviously stop now, but obviously I want to layer it up a little bit more just to set, you know, just so that you can see that you can layer it. I'm going to go in with Ponytail this time, which you have got a black that you can choose from, but I don't want to go quite as deep as black. I'm going to go in with Ponytail. It's a little bit cool, but I do like a cooler, deeper colour, just because it works. In fact, I'm going to tap it off a little bit. I've gone in there a little bit heavy, and I'm just keeping it into that area there. Not going in too heavy, and you can see that it just does it all for you. You hardly have to do anything. Again with this side. Basically, that is what you want from an eyeshadow. You don't want anything that you've got to literally work too hard at, you know, applying. If you are brand new to makeup, if you are a little bit of a makeup novice or a beginner, or you know, you are a little bit concerned about bright colours, then I would certainly check out this one. I'll just repeat the name. So it's Restoration, but obviously it'll all be down below with the links. Now the difficult part. What do I put on the lid? There's not too many shimmery shades in this palette. You've got this one here called Heartache. You've got Rotterdam, that one there, which I think I might choose. You've got French Braid there, and then you have Devil Red here. So if you like your mattes, you are going to love this palette. I mean, obviously it's got both, so and it's got some beautiful shades as well. But yeah, I think I'm going to go in with that one. See what that looks like. Oh, that is absolutely beautiful. Now, as I mentioned, the shimmers feel very thin. You know, sometimes you can put your finger into a shimmery shade, get a little bit on your finger, and I always apply shimmer with my finger, and basically you get bits falling off. And I look at my trousers and I think, wow, I'm covered in eyeshadows, but not this. This is the kind of shadow that gives you that beautiful shimmer, but you don't get any fallout with it because obviously it's a pro product. It is beautiful. Oh, just love it. I'm going to get my brush again, a little bit more ponytail so that we've got a little bit more depth here. I've gone deeper than what I expected. Do I want to go light over the top to make it a little bit lighter? I think I might, and I'm going to go in with Heartache, which is this one here. It's a little bit more of a brown champagne. I'm just going to go over the top of it because I love the colour, but I want it a little bit more of a light tone. And I would certainly recommend this technique. So if you love a certain shade, but you think actually it's a little bit deep, then just add a little bit of champagne shimmer over the top and it lightens it. Now what I'm going to do is get another brush, which is the 250 pencil and powder smudge brush, like that, going back into Heartache, so it's the one that I went over the top of that shade, and I'm just going to use that as my inner corner highlight. I was actually going to go in with another palette, but I don't think I'm going to use that. I'll use that another day, but I'll just show that to you in a moment anyway. I just love it so much. I really do sound like I'm getting a cold now. Like that, just adds that beautiful light. Okay, so that's the eye look done. I think it matches beautifully with the colours that I'm wearing today, the mustards. So like I say, that's the Regeneration palette Restoration. I recommend any of these palettes. Yes, I could have used my favourite, which is Unleashed, but I thought I'm going to actually use one that you don't really see a lot of tutorials with, and that is just amazing. There's also this that I want to share with you, and it's the Revolution Pro Pigment Pomade in Jet Black. If you, like me, struggle with your liner, then you may want to actually try this. It is an amazing product. It looks like this. It's certainly well loved. I actually use this brush also from Revolution Pro, so this is another Pro brush. It's the Pro 160 and it looks like this. Now I hope that their sale is still ongoing, because if it is, you can actually pick up all of these brushes for a limited amount of money, and these are lightweight. I've only got this one and another one, but I haven't actually brought that one in. I've got this one and I purchased it exactly for this idea to add liner, but it's lightweight, it's got a perfect area for you to hold it. I just love it. The only thing that I would say is just be very careful, because the edge here is quite close, and when I was pressing to start with, and this metal did touch my or scratch my eye, so just be careful, just don't press too hard like I did. So I'm just going into the Jet Black, getting a little bit of this on, not too much, and I'm just going to just emphasize and fill in the lash line a little bit. I don't want too much of a liner on today. Just like that. Just gives my brow, no, not my brow, my lash line a little bit of definition, but without being too heavy. And it's perfect. What I tend to do is actually touch my skin with the longest bit, and then obviously you don't get that drag. Just gonna add a bit more. That's lovely. It just also gives you a natural finish. Okay, so that is near enough the eyes done. I want to add a little bit of liner. This is not a Revolution Pro product, but I can't actually do any look without this, and it's the Revolution HD Smoky Waterproof Eyeliner. I just can't do any look now without it. Okay, and there's one other Revolution product that I had to use because, again, I don't have a pro product, and it's the Mascara Revolution. So just apply the mascara. Obviously it's all under the same Revolution umbrella, but I wanted to apply it so that you could obviously see the difference. There, I won't obviously talk about those products, that will be for another video. Okay, so that's definitely the eye look done now and complete. I'm absolutely loving it. The other eyeshadow that I was going to apply, but like I say, I'm going to now share that in another video, and it's the Supreme eyeshadow in Intoxicate. I mean, do I have to say anything? I mean, look at that. It is just an amazing product, amazing looking eyeshadow palette. But you know, today I wanted to go the neutral and mustard. That was what I was aiming for. Now I've got 3 lipsticks from the brand here that are my absolute favourite. I'll only be applying one today, but I wanted to share with you my favourites from the brand. So to start with, we've got this. So they are the Revolution Pro Supreme Gloss Lip Pigments. So they look like this, and I really love the packaging so much. This one is in the shade Beholden, which I love. So if you like more of a gloss lipstick, you will love this. Now the applicator is quite flat and slim, and I really love it. So that's Beholden. These are my 3 favourite shades. So that's the first one. Then we've got this one, which is Poser. They just glide onto the skin. So that's Beholden, that's Poser. And then we have the last one, which is called Mantra. So there's Mantra. So love all of those. And then I've got these, which I will probably be using, but I'm not quite sure yet. These are the Pro Supreme Matte Lip Pigment. I've got a Visionary, can't speak today. So you can see the difference with the packaging. Very much similar as in the shape, so square, they are the same, square, but this one is more clear. I really wish that they'd gone along with this packaging, but more of a, I suppose, white packaging with that little window, because I love this so much. So this is a Visionary, and that's the colour there. Very similar to that one there, but it's matte. What I will say about these matte lip pigments, they take a little while to dry down. They are very much of a comfortable formula. The next one I've chosen is it Illusion? Yeah, Illusion. They are very comfortable. They dry down, like I say, very comfortably. They don't dry your lips out. So there's Illusion. I've gone with all shades that I thought may actually suit the palette, but the glosses at the beginning, they are my 3 favourite from the range. The matte lip pigments, I love them all. They are gorgeous, love the formula, and this is my ultimate. This actually made it into my yearly favourites because I love it so much, and it is the Supreme lipstick. This one is in Provocoteur. My favourite of all time is Heroine with the Chauffeur lip liner from Revolution, but oh my goodness, love it. Love the packaging, simplistic, beautiful. And then this one I think is the one I'm going to be wearing today, and of course it's that one there. So I think I'm going to be wearing this. I'm now going to apply it, see what it looks like. Or should I? It has got a little bit too much pink. I may have to go for this one, which is it Illusion? Yeah, I might have to go for Illusion because it's going to match what I'm wearing. Okay, I'm going to go in with the Supreme Matte Lip Pigment, if my voice will allow me. So I'll just apply this. It just, oh, the applicator is so easy to use. Love it. Absolutely love it. I only had to go in once or twice. Just absolutely stunning. Love that so much. So that is my whole visit or video revisiting Revolution Pro for you. I would love your thoughts on any of these products. Love your thoughts on the look that I've created today. Really inspired by this jumper here, but yeah, absolutely love the brand. I would say that Revolution Pro has to be one of my all-time favourite brands from Revolution. I mean, I love their products across the board as it is, but I think Revolution Pro is just amazing, and I love these products. I'd recommend them to everybody, anybody. So yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts on each and every one of these products. Which one is your favourite? Have you picked up any of these, and what are your thoughts about them? Or are you thinking of picking any of these up? I would love to hear your thoughts on that as always. But until tomorrow, thank you so much for watching. And of course, if you have just stumbled across my channel, I would absolutely love it if you subscribed to watch further videos. Thank you Thursday is going to be tomorrow now. So obviously do keep your comments coming. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you would like a mention in tomorrow's video, then just, like I say, keep your comments coming. I'm going to choose one of you later today, and then I will, well, I'll be mentioning one of you in tomorrow's video. But as always, until tomorrow, thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Bye.